That's the sport. Think of surfing, and Hawaii and Australia come to mind. Don't forget Britain, though, when it comes to producing world-class surfers. And a campaign to encourage more of them is reaching its climax this week. 20,000 youngsters from inland towns and cities across the country have been trying to learn the sport, which is described by teenagers as the coolest in the world. Now, 8 have reached the final stages and are in St Ives in Cornwall for a week. So's our reporter, Louise Hubball.
Out of 20,000, these are the 8 still standing, ready to take on their greatest challenge, surfing in the deep blue sea. The adventure started 12 months ago in sports halls up and down the country, when the British Surfing Association was trawling for new talent. These adapted skateboards are the closest thing to surfing on dry land. And for the lucky ones who have been selected, it's their day of reckoning.
Know when you've caught the wave because it'd be like being fired out the bullet of a gun.
They were picked for their raw talent, but the sea shows them no mercy. From cities from Leeds to London, they're by no means homegrown surfers. Yet some are standing after just a few hours.
Now, I was in the water with the 3 of you. It was freezing. How did you find it?
Yeah, I found it quite cold as well, especially how the waves are big as well. So I enjoyed it though. It was good out there for my first time. Yeah.
And how did it compare from when you were back in Birmingham on the skateboards? What was the difference?
Well, when you was on the skateboards, like, it was more motion of your body, but in here, because the waves are just moving now, it's like it's unpredictable. You just, like, kept falling off.
And would you come back and do it again, do you think?
Definitely. It's just a bit cold, that's all, but it's all right.
It may be cold, but these urban surfers have more than proved a match for Cornwall's coastline. And they're in huge demand, as Britain is short of surfing talent.
So many people think you have to be on a coast to surf, and within the UK, the pool of talent is so small compared to other countries that it's the main reason to why we're still about 20 years behind Australia, for instance. And doing trips like this really sort of emphasises the importance that inner city places have in the development of the sport.
And it's not as unlikely as it seems that a surfing star may have been born here. Half of our top professional surfers now come from urban areas rather than rural ones. Louise Hubball, BBC News, Marazion.